What are you gonna say, Jan?
Don't worry. I'm going to say that John wishes he was drinking this.
What the hell are you drinking anyway? It looks like 4 oranges, some ginger, and maybe some pear.
It's grapefruit, orange, and ginger, and it's exactly why my skin is glowing the way it is.
Wow. So what are you saying? Like, should my skin be glowing more? What's my skin glow quotient
This
right
juice
now?
won't help you, John.
Why? What about my hair? Will it help my hair?
Yes. I will sell this to you for $10. Will you buy some?
Well, I want to know more about why I need it.
Don't worry. Do you see my hair?
I do.
It's because of this juice. It's because of this juice. Do you want some?
Hey, what was it like being a Bond woman in a Bond movie 30 years ago? And what is your formula? Because what are you, like 70 years old at this point?
Yeah, I'm 72.
72. So what's your secret? Is it that juice?
It's that juice and it's coconut butter. Yeah.
So we have the benefit of knowing each other. But anyone that just tuned in walked into a very awkward conversation between two strangers. I understand from branding material that I've read that you've pumped out that...
Did you say branding material?
I did say branding material, yes. Personal branding is important. Let's not discount that.
Yes.
But from what I understand, toast with butter is great, but it's better with jam.
That's correct.
You just pulled up a microphone.
I did.
Can you elaborate on that so people know what we're talking about and maybe introduce yourself?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have my branding t-shirt on. Jeez.
And you're not wearing a yellow hat either.
I didn't want this to be about me, okay? But I'm Jam Gamble, best known as the Slayer of the Mic, which means I talk a lot for a living. And what big, tall guy over here was alluding to, what he was alluding to was another organization that also coaches people in public speaking, and toast is in their name. And I try to tell people, like, sure, you could eat dry toast, or you can get toasted jam, which is far more nutritious and entertaining, and probably better in the long run.
And so someone that understands, now that I have the camera on me, just for everyone looking at home that doesn't know that Jam just did that, because the mic is on me, the camera's on me. You prompted that, Jam, just an FYI. So you're the Slayer of the Mic. That's
correct.
Is that like an X-Men character, or what does that mean?
It's my public speaking persona. Yeah. So basically, it doesn't matter what event I'm at, what stage I'm on, I will slay the mic. I am a fantastic public speaker and speaking coach. I don't even need mics to slay. I could just talk like this and I'm still slaying the mic.
So this is an interesting journey, because you are basically a speaking gig celebrity.
No.
Yet I would say that. Don't be conservative now. You're a speaking gig aficionado, yet how did we meet at a grocery store and not at a speaking gig?
I didn't meet you at a grocery store. I run. You're tall.
Is that like a stranger danger scenario?
It is. Yeah, when I did meet Big Tall John here, I was taken back by his height.
I seem to recall you asking
taking a selfie.
Photos similar to the Ryan Reynolds method of sharing. And I seem to recall you took advantage of my height to make me look ridiculous.
I did not. I was just trying to get you in the frame.
You kept on saying, stop looking at the frame, stop looking at the camera. You were like, I just want your chest, I don't want your face. That was pretty rude.
That's what I tell most men.
So, okay, so you in essence, you're the Slayer of the Mic.
Yes.
From what I've been following online since we met, you help people find their voice and find their confidence speaking and addressing to other people.
Yes.
How did you get into that?
It's a good question, Big Tall John. So what it started was I accidentally launched a TV show.
You what?
I accidentally pitched a TV show.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was on Rogers TV, did an interview. I looked good. My voice sounded good. I didn't like how I was responding to the questions. And it was just because of the kind of questions that they posed to me. So when that was done, I decided I wanted to go back on Rogers TV and decide which show I wanted to be on. And when I went online and I was filling out the application, I clicked show proposal.
Okay.
And I pitched a TV show by accident. So I had a TV show for 6 seasons, produced all my shows, never used a teleprompter, never used notes or anything like that. And naturally, what's the next thing you do when you're building your voice? You go do a TEDx, right? So I applied to be a TEDx speaker, not really knowing what I was going to talk about, but I was like, I'm just going to apply. And they actually asked me to be the host instead. And when I was hosting it, I had a speaking coach, convinced her to let me wing the entire day, which she actually allowed me to wing it. And when it was all said and done, she gave me her business card and said, this is not for you, it's for somebody who actually needs it. And I was like, wow, a speaking coach just told me, you don't need someone like me. You already have this naturally. And that was like the first time someone really made me feel like my voice was appreciated, because like growing up, I got into so much trouble for talking, and to have a professional say like you have something. So when I got into like events and I was hosting events and doing little small gigs like that, people always ask me like, how do you get in front of an audience and just talk and feel comfortable and confident? And I just decided to like launch a speakers program, and so my program was born.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we met. You were the host, or
Yes.
the MC, or I don't know what the right terminology is. You were the star of the show.
No, I wasn't.
You were. Let's be serious. You were of Disrupt HR Toronto.
Yes.
Last summer.
Yes.
And I didn't know who you were, and I was a little intimidated with how tall you were, especially with your voice in general. Is there any truth to the rumor that I started that you're on the next season of Big Brother Canada?
I've been asked, but I really have my eyes set on The Bachelor.
Like as a contestant or as a bachelorette?
As a contestant. I just want to go on trips.
Okay. You've seen the Saturday Night Live renditions of The Bachelor, yes?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I think here's what I'll share without getting in hopefully too much trouble. You're far too good to be on that show, number one.
But I just want to go on a trip.
Yeah, but there's other shows you can go on, like Amazing Race. Why not Amazing Race?
That's work.
How is Amazing Race work?
You gotta do challenges. Bachelor, I just look hot and make it to the final 5.
I'm pretty sure, like, you know, getting drunk 30 days straight with like 30 other people is a challenge in itself.
I'm gonna stand out because I'm gonna have a different approach. I'm gonna be that mysterious woman that they're like, oh my God, like, who is she? And then they bring me to the final 5. That's all I need. I don't need to win.
I'm pretty sure everyone that meets you within 10 minutes knows exactly who you are, because like you're like Jam Gamble, Slayer of the Mic. But I
don't introduce myself. You did though. Tell them when we randomly like bumped into each other in a parking lot.
I saw you because you have a fairly distinct look. Now your couch pillows appear to be yellow.
Yes.
Now normally you're wearing something vibrant, something yellowish, maybe orange. I think your brand is yellow.
It is. And
I saw you from across a parking lot in, I forget what the neighborhood is, but somewhere in Toronto off College.
Little Italy.
And I was like, oh my God, that's Jam Gamble. And so I yelled out, Jam!
No, you didn't.
What did I yell out?
You said, is that Jam Gamble?
So technically I still said Jam, but it was like within the context of your actual.
And I was like, is that Big Tall John?
Yeah, you did. You did. And then a bunch of strangers were like, who are these two tall weirdos?
I know, we had a big tall hug.
We did. So here's a topic then. So you're tall. You said you're a big tall hug. How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Where do you buy pants?
At Zara. This episode was sponsored by Zara.
Does Zara make pants for men?
Not for you.
You said not for you. The question was, do they make them for men? And you said not for you and then laughed.
They make it for average men.
So
They make it for men of normal stature. I don't know.
Okay, so I think I know what's in your grapefruit drink now. Um, Tell me about business. How has this whole life scenario impacted your life?
Yeah.
Finding a voice, not just finding a voice, but finding your voice. That's not something that goes away. You know what I mean? Like that's something that people can apply every day.
Yeah.
Um, how has COVID-19 impacted Slay the Mic in general?
Uh, yeah. So it hit just before I went on vacation.
Oh,
And so we were already going on our trip. And then I would say like in the middle of our trip, there was all these now travel restrictions that would be being brought on. And slowly but surely cancellations started to pop up
yeah.
for events, right? And so I was like, okay, there's a few gigs being canceled. I had a big masterclass scheduled for that coming Saturday. I had 21 people coming out to it. It was sold out. I was already ready to go. And I was like, well, all these other, events are canceling, but Hamilton's still on because I was supposed to go see Hamilton on Friday. And I'm like, if Hamilton doesn't cancel, I'm not canceling my masterclass. And then Hamilton canceled and it really hit me.
Are you talking about Hamilton, Ontario or Hamilton the musical?
The musical. It canceled and then it really hit me. So I had a bit of a panic attack on my resort because I was watching money vanish like in front of me. And so I will be honest and say that my ego was really struggling here, right? It wasn't a fear of missing out. It wasn't a fear of, what's happening around the world. I was more focused on the money that I was losing. So it took me a couple of days to kind of swallow that pill. But then when I realized that I was safe and everything like that, it kept me kind of in check and level headed. But what COVID-19 has done for me is given me back some much needed time. I work so many hours in a week, and to be off and to be sleeping and to recharge, it has its days, and it has days like today where I'm feeling really good. So I've been managing.
So when you get on stage and you're teaching 21, 22, 23, 50 people,
yeah,
how to find your voice, I'm sure there's some sort of mental preparedness you need to have. Like I know you're a natural, but I'm sure there's some sort of pump up in your head. So what I'd like you to do is say one word right now, just so the camera goes on you, so we can like get you thinking. Like maybe do one of these poses and say something.
French fries.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do, I'm gonna just play some background music for you to think about. And after maybe 5 seconds, I would love to know what your pump up music is. Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay, get in the thinking pose again. And say something.
I love French fries so much. What's happening?
So that was Triple H's most recent theme song.
Is this yours? Is this your pump up music?
I did leverage it in university before exams, but it's not my existing pump up music. It's more of a generic, get up and go. But if you're coaching others to present themselves in front of other people, I'm sure part of that is getting mentally prepared.
Yes.
So I'd love to know what your pump up music is. Like you're a natural, but like what is your routine? What is your going from Jam Gamble, Jam Gamble, Slayer of the Mic, preparedness,
Whew. So it depends. If I'm hosting an event and, like 500 to 1,000 people maybe in a room, I need, before every gig, to have a large vanilla iced coffee and a large fries from McDonald's, extra salted. If I don't have those two things, we're going to have a problem.
And what kind of problem? Like, do you?
I'm not a very nice person. I'm snappy. I'm irritated. I need my salt and I need my caffeine.
So what are you seeing in the market now? Like, are people hesitant to invest in personal development, or what are you seeing right now?
I think it depends, right? If you're going, like, obviously in the corporate world, it's kind of crashed and burned right now for a lot of people, corporate gigs and stuff like that. But for creatives and content creators and small business and entrepreneurs, there's still a bit of light left in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So I think what's important is to figure out not how to pivot in terms of your actions, but to pivot in terms of your rate, meeting your ideal client where they're at. So I've had to do a bit of price adjusting, but for the most part, it's been okay. I cannot complain. It's been okay.
And what would you say to all those small business owners and entrepreneurs that are really struggling right now? Like, is it something where, this is a short-term hiccup?
Yeah.
Or is this something where, it's a little more somber and you got to say something, otherwise the camera doesn't go on you.
I don't want to. That song is so sad. Oh my God. Gosh.
I have so many digital pets right now because of Sarah McLachlan. And it's disappointing because I'm it's not disappointing in the sense that, I'm helping, save lives and stuff, but my cat is very upset that song is on so much in my house. And she just wants to play and eat, cookies and stuff.
I have a lot of pets, so I know what it's like.
So you have a dog
and a cat. It's a dog, a cat, and a bird.
It's a parrot, right?
Yeah, I have a pineapple conure, a cat, and a miniature bull terrier.
And how do they all get along?
Well, the parrot is the alpha.
Really?
Yeah. So, because I think it was like the firstborn, it was the first in the house, and so if anyone comes near it, it will finish you.
Okay, so I gotta pause you there. You had the parrot first?
Yeah.
Do you have like a sponsorship with like Fruit Loops, or how did that happen?
It's not a big parrot. It's a pineapple conure. It's like this big. It's not. It's just vicious. Like it'll handle you.
And do you ever wear it on your shoulder when you're doing gigs?
No, when I'm doing dishes.
But why not gigs?
Because I don't take my bird out in the public.
Is that like a safety thing, or is that?
It is, yeah, because all of my animals are really bougie, so I don't like to expose them to like, not so bougie environments.
So you do gigs in not so bougie environments?
Unfortunately, I've had to do a few gigs in not so bougie environments.
Okay.
Now in my contract, people are aware to have my large fries and my vanilla iced coffee waiting upon my arrival.
So noted. And before I book you for anything else, I'll make sure that your rider is fulfilled.
Yes.
What are you most looking forward to when we eventually overcome this as individuals and as a society? What's the thing you're missing that you're in a I'm assuming, look, your house, not condo. Correct me if I'm wrong, or don't. It looks like you have some square footage that allows you to get in different rooms and
yes,
walk a little.
I'm so grateful for that, because I think a big component of not feeling trapped is having space, like not being in a condo or an apartment or living with multiple people, even having children. So this is my office. So I have an office space that I could come into and just kind of like be alone. Thankfully, we have a townhouse, and behind our townhouse, we have like trails. So we go for like 10K walks at least every day.
Oh, good.
But what I'm looking forward to is not having to wear a mask and gloves when I go out to do the normal activities of life. I'm really looking forward to not having that level of paranoia and justified paranoia, right? That am I going to pick up something? And, but then we could be in the grocery store and not be paranoid if someone sneezes or coughs and be like, oh, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
And what about the summer? Like, are you gonna like spike this stuff up, or are you gonna let it just kind of? Because I'm super jealous.
Yeah. So if I don't have a haircut, like I need my hair cut every week, like every 5 days, my hair needs to be cut. But in the summer, yeah, like it's gonna be different. Not going out for drinks on the patio and not having Caravana and boat cruises and all that jazz. But you know what? We have to adjust. So I'm going to just chill in my backyard and drink on my front steps. And
so when you say drink on your front step, you mean your grapefruit, peach,
yes,
orange?
yes, yeah. You know what,
Whatever.
John, just admit that you're envious.
No, I know I am. Like I'm not denying that.
You're also jealous that I'm 5'11" and I could fit on an airplane.
I am a little bit jealous, but I'll throw it back to you that I bet you I'm a better eat like a T-Rex person than you are, in the sense of
Why would I want to be a T-Rex?
just because you can.
I don't want to be a T-Rex.
When
You could keep that.
when the asteroid hits and we're all forced to eat like this,
Yeah.
I will survive.
No, you won't.
I don't like where this is going, and I think we should end this.
I mean, it's your show.
Jam, do you have a website?
Yeah. So my website is iamjamgamble.com. You can find me on Twitter at iamjamgamble and Instagram at iamjamgamble. Jams and everything because I'm that sweet.
And what are you doing? Are you doing stuff digitally instead of in person?
I've always been virtual, so it's nothing different for me, but I am going to be doing a couple of webinars. Currently, what I've been doing is content for students, just because I know a lot of parents are struggling to find engaging, interactive kind of content for their kids to be taking in every day. So I've been going live every Monday doing the Slay the Mic Junior for families. I'm going to be doing a couple of webinars once a week for kids ages 10 to 14. And then once I get that out of my, not necessarily my system, but just get that going, then I'm going to be offering my Slay the Mic masterclass virtually for everyone who's been asking.
And if someone wants to book you to be an MC at a future event,
yes,
because they should, and you're glorious and you're amazing at it.
Thank you.
Is it the same website? Is it iamjamgamble?
Yep. You'll find me there. And don't forget, if you don't have a vanilla iced coffee and a large fry, we're not doing business.
I'm glad we got to catch up. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, big tall John. Stay tall.
I don't think COVID impacts height.
No, you'll be okay.
I think I'll be all right. I think what I'll suffer at is what I've always continued to suffer at, and that's playing hide and seek. Like, I'm great at the seek. I'm not so great at the hide.
I think your problem is, first, if people want to play hide and seek with you.
I think my commentary to that is, of course, that's,
you're so ridiculous.
That's my jam. You be good.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
One of these.
Bye.
One of these. Bam.
Bye.
Be good.